Stations that we're going to be focused on tonight are Silver Spring Library, and Dale Drive. And with that, I'll hand it over to Ray Biggs to introduce our spring progress video.
Thank you, Carla. Welcome everyone again. Got a little ahead of ourselves. We're so excited about it, but thank you everyone welcoming tonight. We are so glad you are joining us this evening. The momentum in 2024 on the Purple Line has evolved into the transformation you just saw in the photos shown before the meeting started. So hopefully you got to see that. Tonight, you will see our 2025 Spring Progress video that we sort of gave you a little teaser there with Purple Line music there, including footage highlighting some of the transformational progress across the 16-mile Purple Line alignment. So without that, I won't hold it anymore. So Chris, let's go ahead and play the video. Overall, the project is more than 76% complete. Now let's take a look at some of the transformations across the alignment over the past year.
In Bethesda, we have gone from a rocky shaft to a concrete cavern, which will one day soon allow commuters easy access to the Metro's Red Line. In Chevy Chase, the Connecticut Avenue station is awash with color as the station continues to progress and have a transformative effect on the community around it. Over Rock Creek Park, there is a new Capitol Crescent Trail Bridge. This unique inverted truss bridge will be an iconic part of connecting the communities and the Rock Creek Trail system. The Littonsville Operations and Maintenance Facility and the Littonsville Station buildings can now be seen. The next transformation will be the installation of the many tracks in the yard.
Over in Silver Spring, the 16th Street station is now under construction. This makes all 21 stations now under construction.
The Silver Spring Transit Center is being transformed into an even more important connection point as crews construct stairs and elevator connections to the nearly complete Purple Line station. Crews have also completed the challenging structural work for the new mezzanine over the Metro and CSX tracks. Just outside of downtown Silver Spring, Wayne Avenue has more tracks, sidewalks, and curbs. Traffic has been moved onto the newly completed half of the Sligo Creek Bridge, and the trail access has been improved. Piney Branch Road has been totally transformed, with tracks embedded in the roadway and curbs and sidewalks along the entire length. University Boulevard has seen a tremendous transformation as crews complete over 95% of the curbs and sidewalks and have installed miles of tracks, including completing the most challenging crossings at Carroll Avenue, Riggs Road, and New Hampshire Avenue. At the UMD campus, tracks are installed across Adelphi Road, and most of the campus has catenary poles installed and now prepares for system integration. Campus Drive, to the east of campus, now has the first pair of tracks installed, and drivers have been shifted to allow the final phases of restoration. Along River Road, stations, tracks, and even fencing have been installed. Kenilworth Avenue has also seen a major transformation as curbs, sidewalks, and driveways have been completed, allowing the track work to commence in the middle of the roadway. The flyover at Kenilworth Avenue and East-West Highway and the elevated station continue to impress. The access stairs and elevators are underway, and the station's clear windscreens are ready for riders. Along Riverdale Road, new street connections, ballast, and tracks can be seen making tremendous progress. Specialty crews have completed the beautiful stonework on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway bridges, and the Beacon Heights station is largely complete.
In case you didn't hear, we have started dynamic testing of our LRV light rails.
Along Veterans Highway, the new test track is powered up. An amazing milestone, as this area has been transformed into an active train line where the new light rail vehicles can be tested, operators can be trained, and the complex operation systems can be vetted. Tracks continue all the way to New Carrollton, as the east end of the alignment builds new connections to this important transportation hub.
Connecting metro stations and the communities across the alignment is one of the Purple Line's main goals. Soon you will see the state-of-the-art systems being installed across both counties, carrying the operational and communication systems for the LRV. Stay tuned for a lot more transformations coming very soon. All right, thank you, Catherine, for playing the video there for us. Here you can see the timeline graphic with some of our upcoming major milestones, including our winter 2027 revenue service availability date. Tonight, you will see and hear more detail about the testing milestone achieved earlier this spring. But with that, I will turn it over to Scott to walk us through the construction slides. So thanks, everyone, and I will see you at the end of the presentation. So over to you, Scott.
Thank you, Ray. Our construction update, starting from the Spring Street Bridge. Recently, over the last 6 months, we finished removing the bridge abutments, and we've begun some underground utility relocations. Previously, we had significant overhead relocations that had to be completed. We've continued demolition, or we have just a couple of more piers remaining to demolish this summer, but the bridge is significantly 95% complete demo, the existing bridge. We have tied into existing utilities that have to be underground utilities that are at the track side on the south side of the bridge. And we are in progress on the foundation work for the new span over the tracks. The upcoming work over the next 6 months, you'll see we will be finishing these underground utility tie-ins to existing utilities and relocating the underground storm drainage at the south pier. We'll complete the new bridge foundations. We'll install the girders in the bridge deck, and then we will complete the entire reconstruction of the Spring Street Bridge for delivery at the end of this year. Next slide, please. We still have the same detour that's been in place for the Spring Street Bridge closure. It runs on the south side of the bridge, detouring traffic up 16th Street to Georgia Avenue and around Georgia Avenue down to Colesville Road, and then back down to East-West Highway on the south. Next slide, please. At Colesville Road, the work that we've had underway in the Spring Street area, particularly with the Purple Line Silver Spring Station, we've completed the placement of the light rail bridge deck over Colesville Road. We are continuing the construction of the light rail bridge ramps adjacent to the train tracks behind the Falkland Apartments. We've completed duct bank installations across the entire LRT bridge. That's the light rail train bridge. And we've completed all the railings across that LRT bridge as well. This coming up and in progress, we'll be completing all of this, the remaining portions of the bridge approaches. We'll complete the preparation for track on the light rail bridge, and we'll begin the placement for the concrete on the Capitol CCT bridge. And we'll also soon be seeing the rail installation across this bridge. Next slide, please. At the Purple Line Silver Spring Station in the foreground of the picture, we've been continuing station utility installations. We've completed the elevator tower and stair tower foundations and structure. We've begun, we've also completed the fire protection on that stair and elevator structure. We've begun the installation of the station canopy glass and completed that, actually. We've completed the platforms and the canopies. And the upcoming work at the station will involve the continuing miscellaneous station elements on the upper level and completing the exterior facade and curtain wall on the elevator stair tower and elevator structure. And then, as I mentioned, we'll be starting the installation of track over the next 6 months. Next slide, please. At our transit mezzanine over to the the WMATA Metro, we've been continuing to complete the mezzanine foundations installed on the Metro Line platform. Those have been completed. We've completed the piers and all of the superstructure work on this mezzanine and its tie-in to the Metro platform. And more recently, since early January, we've installed a lot of the structural steel canopies on top of this structure. This location will be continuing the placement of the mezzanine structural elements over the next couple of months, and we'll start the installation of several utilities along this corridor. Now I'll hand it over to Ricardo, who's going to walk through the different work that we have going on from this location.
Thank you, Scott. We're going to start in Bonifant West, just coming out from the Silver Spring Transit Center. In the intersection of Ramsey and Bonifant, we're going to start the detour of Ramsey intersection in July. And here you can see the detour drawing where we are bringing all the buses on Ripley Street and the access to the different buildings in the area. Next slide, please. On the intersection of Georgia Avenue, we are currently we're working on the installation of the DAC van. We recently completed the track on the east side of the intersection, build the permanent sidewalks and flag work on the east side as well, and safety traffic on top of the recently built track, and took ownership of the area on the west side of the intersection. We already began the installation of a storm drain on the west side of Georgia Avenue. Coming up, we're going to have the track construction on the west side of Georgia, the track installation in the intersection of Bonifant Street and Ramsey, and the construction of the permanent sidewalk and roadway on the west side of Georgia Avenue. And next, thank you. On the east of Bonifant Street, we have completed the sewer works, the drainage, the DAC van, the track, and the permanent sidewalks on the north side of the street. And we are moving on. We are preparing for a traffic switch where we are going to put the traffic on the north side on the recently built track and start working on the south side of the street. Here, both tracks have been built, so what is remaining is a lot less than what we did in the first phase. So that will be a lot quicker. We will have, among other things, we'll have to install the underground utilities, especially communications, and the overhead catenary system, and the reconstruction of the roadway and flag work. Next. In the Silver Spring library, we have installed both tracks along the station, and we are currently installing the pavers on the station platform. And coming up, we have the sidewalks and ramp onto the station platform and continue the installation of miscellaneous elements of the station. In Fenton and Wayne Avenue, we have a big event coming up this summer. We're going to perform a full closure of the intersection. And during the summer months, we're going to be building the tracks in that intersection. We have anticipated, we have done a lot of work ahead. We're currently doing the storm drain, and we have already completed the duct bank. So trying to expedite the process as much as possible. Yeah, this is going to be the detour for all vehicles. Since the closure of the intersection, we are pretty much taking everybody through Tyre to Georgia, Georgia and Colesville to go around the intersection. Next. Okay, on Wayne Avenue, next section is from Fenton to Dell. That's where you have probably seen a lot of work going on in the last couple of months. This is a summary of what we have been doing and what we are currently doing. We completed all the retaining walls in Wayne Avenue. We are working on the OCS foundations. This is the overhead catenary systems, the electricity supply of the train. We are working on the storm drain and seaward installation from Cedar towards Fenton. We have completed the ductman installation from Fenton to Sligo Creek Parkway. We shifted traffic to the side of the road from Cedar to Dartmouth Avenue to allow construction on the track that is going to start happening soon. We continue building the permanent sidewalks from Cedar to Sligo, and we have completed a lot already, and a lot more is coming up in the close future. Upcoming work is complete the storm drain and seaward installation from Cedar to Fenton, and complete the track installation from Dartmouth to Fenton. In Cedar, we have another traffic switch coming up where we are going for us to build the tracks in the middle. We're gonna have to make some changes in the intersection, allowing only for right turns. So left turn will be prohibited since the construction will be in the middle, in the median of the intersection. This will start happening around May 15 and will last for around a month. Okay, this is a little bit more detail on what I was saying earlier. The work zone is gonna shift to the center of Wayne Avenue to allow for track construction, and Cedar will be right turn only during this time. There is one exception. Traffic going eastbound so Cedar is only one way. So traffic going eastbound is obviously not going to have a right turn, but the rest of the intersection is going to be on straightforward or right turn only. From Del Drive to Sligo Creek Parkway, we have completed the track installation. We are working on the sidewalk and roadway reconstruction. On the south side, we will continue building curb and sidewalk on the west side of Del Drive. And also there is another portion on the east side of Mansfield. And we are almost done with this one, but with the OCS foundation installation in this area, we're almost done. Upcoming work is we're gonna be shifting traffic into the permanent configuration once we have the roadway built in this area. Okay. On Del Drive station, we completed the station platform, installed the canopies, and are still working on miscellaneous station elements. You probably saw recently we recently installed these light poles, and we have a couple more coming up on the west side. Yeah, and moving on, we will continue building the west side of the station. We'll have to build a couple more light pole foundations, sidewalks, and OCS systems. In Silver Spring International Middle School, we're going to continue doing some utility work at the TPSS. And during this summer period, we are gonna take advantage and make some progress on the pending elements inside the school. We're gonna be building a retaining wall in between both parking lots, and we'll begin the construction of the stormwater management facilities. There are 2 ponds inside the school, and then we will complete some miscellaneous details on the curb, sidewalks, and overall restoration of the area. Okay, on Sligo Creek Bridge, we completed the phase 1 of the bridge construction, shifted the traffic onto the north side and also the pedestrians, completed the demolition of the south side of the bridge, and we are right now working on the construction of the eastern and western abutments. Early this summer, we will see the installation of the concrete girders and the deck construction, and then we'll have the track construction on both approaches of the bridge, and we will be opening the bridge towards the fall season. Also, currently, early this summer, we will have the stream completely restored. Next slide, please. Okay. On Manchester Road, we just did the full closure of the south side of Manchester, and reopened the north side. We extend the work zone across Manchester Road to install the tracks, and we're going to maintain all pedestrian access on both sides of Wayne Avenue to the apartments, and pretty much through traffic of pedestrians is going to be on the north side. Currently, we are laying rail. We should see the first concrete pours of track coming up very soon. Okay, this is the current detour for Manchester Road. You can see it takes everybody on pretty much from Flower to Piney and through Dale to instead of taking the Manchester. Well, coming up in September 2025, the Sligo Creek Parkway will be temporarily closed between Wayne Avenue and Piney Branch Road to allow for the construction of the track on the on the south side of the intersection and on the approaches of the bridge. This is the detour that will take place when we do that, pretty much taking all the traffic through Manchester and back into Piney Branch, and also through Flower. On East Wayne Avenue, we continue working on the storm drain installation in front of the tunnel entrance. We completed the water line relocation and ductman installation. They also completed the retaining wall construction. Currently, as I was saying, we're working on the track construction on the south side. We pretty much we completed the track construction on the north side up to the tunnel, and did the closure of Manchester Road on the south side, as I mentioned before. Coming up, we will be having of course, the construction of the tracks and the reconstruction of the roadways and sidewalks, and the summer shutdown in where we are shifting, where we are allowing only for westbound traffic in front of the tunnel, and up to Manchester. In Manchester, Manchester will be open, and there will be access to the apartment complex next to it on the south side of the street.
Well, thanks,
That's it.
Ricardo.
All right.
Several of us visited this part of the project today, and we can see all the work being performed. We're excited to see the transformation, particularly after this summer, with the upcoming work you mentioned. And we look forward to getting into a more permanent configuration on some of the track, sidewalks, and roadways in this area. So with that, I will start to talk a little bit about our systems and testing phase. On the next slide, please. As you heard before, and I'll say it again, we're really proud of the recent milestone of starting LRV, light rail vehicle dynamic testing, which is where we're moving the light rail vehicles up and down the test track. This has been years in the making, and a lot of hard work has gone into it. A video, I think, could probably tell the story better than I can, so let's roll it. Great. Well, thanks. As we discussed in the last round of CAT meetings, when we were planning to test the vehicles, now we are, safety is the top priority of this project, of course, before anything. So we just wanted to have a kind of a repeat slide on what to expect during testing. Right now, our testing is in a 1-mile test track near our O&M facility along Veterans Parkway in Prince George's County. So we're not crossing any public roads or sidewalks. It's all in an enclosed area. And so we ask people to sort of, you can see it from the road, but please stay away from the trains at this time. But we will be expanding that soon, starting on the Prince George's County side, there where we are, near Veterans Parkway. We'll start to expand slowly over the coming months. And there will be a big communications push, both very locally, where we're doing the testing and moving to new testing areas, and then broadly at events like this meeting and others, to make sure people are aware of the testing. So as a safety reminder, again, just please don't go near the moving trains. The overhead catenary system, those wires that you see overhead are live in these areas along the test track, and will, again, gradually more and more will be live. So they do carry quite a bit of electricity. So we ask folks to please not tamper with the wires and just be cautious around the new system as we get more operational. You go to the next slide. And of course, hopefully you didn't hear it first from us, but maybe you saw it on your TVs. We did have significant coverage of this milestone about a month and a half ago, with 12 outlets covering the start of testing. And with that, I'll hand it over to Carla to talk community engagement.
Thanks, Doran. So we do like to be out and about in the community and answer your questions and participate where we can. Recently in 2025, we've attended Maryland Day, Sweep the Creek, hosted by Friends of Sligo Creek, DC Transit Day at the National Capital Trolley Museum, and the Sligo Creek Elementary PTSA meeting, and the University of Maryland Career Fair. If there are events that you would like for us to attend, please let us know. You can visit purplelinemd.com to see the full calendar of events, and you can also email outreach@purplelinemd.com to request that we come to events. Next slide. As Doran was saying, safety is our #1 focus. So as you are a pedestrian, riding scooters, or your bicycle, you do want to cross the purple line at a right angle, perpendicular to the tracks. Don't ride parallel, as you might get stuck in there. And just in general, use extra caution when it's wet, raining, or frozen. MTA did hold 2 listening sessions for CAP members to better understand how people are experiencing these meetings and understand what we might be able to do moving forward. Our outreach and business engagement teams personally distributed postcards across the alignment promoting these CAP meetings so that people will engage. And if you are interested in participating as a CAP member, you can email outreach@purplelinemd.com to express that interest. Next slide. I'll turn it back over to Doran to talk about our community support.
Well, thanks, Carla. This is always one of my favorite parts of advisory team meetings when we get to talk about our Beyond the Rails community grant program. If this is your first time, then this is a community grant aimed at nonprofit groups along the alignment who are already doing good work and providing them some additional funding to continue what they're doing. We like to focus on education, the environment, and safety. Most recently, we distributed 8 grants with quite a few in this area, including Silver Spring International Middle School, Arletta's Food Pantry Ministry at the Silver Spring United Methodist Church, and a community cleanup in the area as well. So really happy to interact and support these groups who are such an important part of our community. This is also a reminder that we are now accepting the next round of grants with the deadline being at the end of this month, May 30th. So please visit our website, purplelinemd.com, and on the resources drop-down tab, you can find a very short application to just tell us a little bit about your group, what they're doing, and we can take that into consideration for the next round of grants. So really looking forward to seeing who we can continue to support over the years or any new organizations. So please check it out. And with that, I'll turn it over to Ray.
All right, thank you, Doran. So one of our goals is to keep businesses informed about construction that may impact their daily operations to the businesses. And to do this, we provide alerts through the personal visits and distribute flyers printed in both English and Spanish, ensuring accessibility for all. Additionally, we are committed to promoting businesses located along the project alignment. We showcase these businesses on YouTube, feature them in newsletters, as you can see here, highlight them on social media, and install signage to help drive visibility and support while we are building the Purple Line. These efforts are designed to minimize disruption and maximize awareness, ensuring businesses continue to thrive during construction. And if you have any questions or suggestions on how we can enhance our outreach there, please feel free to share. You'll see our contacts at the end. I'm excited to share an important update regarding the Maryland Department of Transportation's Purple Line Small Business Grant Program. a key initiative designed to support businesses impacted by construction. The Maryland Department of Transportation oversees the Purple Line Small Business Grant Program, which launched in February of this year to support the local businesses, as I mentioned, most affected by construction. In the first application phase, we received over 450 applications that were submitted. Award decisions have been determined. Hopefully you saw it on Friday. And the awards were announced on Friday, May 2nd, for a total of $100 million awarded to more than 100 businesses across the alignment. If you have questions about the grant awards, please contact the Maryland Department of Transportation via email at purpleline.businessgrants@mdot.maryland.gov. Again, that's purpleline.businessgrants@mdot.maryland.gov. Should you have any questions regarding the Maryland Department of Transportation Small Business Grant Program for the Purple Line. Now, for program details, eligibility requirements, and access to the grant application in multiple languages, be sure to visit our website at purplelinemd.com. The grant program will reopen on June 2nd, and online applications will be due by June 27, 2025. With that, I'll turn it back over to Carla as we begin the questions part of our meeting tonight.
All right, thanks, Ray. All right, so as if you have questions, you can put them in the chat, which is on the top bar up there. You can type them in, or you can raise your hand by clicking the raise hand button, which is also on that top bar. And then we'll call on you as we get those in order. So if you have a question, pop it in chat or raise your hand right now. Okay, Bob, go ahead, Bob.
Thank you very much for all the information. This is my first CAT meeting and very useful. This isn't a question, it's a request. At Ramsey and I can't remember and Bonifant, there's an entrance to the parking garage that's right next to the construction staging area. The lighting is really terrible. It makes it a security hazard for anybody who's accessing the parking garage in the evening. So it would be extremely helpful if that lighting could be improved, even though I know there's going to be a lot of work there over the next couple of months. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. We'll look into that and see what we can do temporarily. Okay, I see we have a question from Kit Gage in chat, which says, you said Sligo Creek will be returned to total functionality this summer. When more precisely is that expected? Ricardo, can you speak to that?
Yes. So as Sligo, I said this summer we are returning Sligo to the normal setup, meaning that we are gonna complete the restoration of the creek, but it's gonna take a couple months of bridge construction to get to the final setup. So for this summer, we can expect the stream being completely restored, and around the fall period, we can expect to see the bridge completed.
Thanks, Ricardo. Okay, next question, also from Bob. Is there a visual of the East Wayne Avenue one-way alignment, and when will that occur and for how long?
Carla, I don't know if we want to bring on Scott to answer that one. I think they're talking about the temporary alignment while we're doing the construction. And I'm seeing yes, if you can clarify that and talk through that.
Yeah, if you want to go to slide 23, it'd probably be, I'm sorry, 24, I think it is. So the question was about one-way alignment. Is this the location? Was there a location that question was targeted?
Yeah, the presenter mentioned that somewhere north of the creek and near the tunnel, before you get to Flower, there was going to be some kind of one-way westbound only alignment, and it wasn't really clear where that was going to be and when it was going to start, for how
Yes.
long.
Go ahead, Ricardo.
Yeah, okay. So starting in June 18th, after and we chose this date because of the schools, the school vacation start that day. So we need to build the southern track and the northern track that is making a turn into the tunnel. Okay, so in order to do that, we have to pretty much go across Wayne Avenue. Okay, this allows us only a portion of 12 feet, so we can only maintain one lane during this period, which is going to be the westbound lane, and it's gonna be from what is that? From Manchester Place into up to Manchester Road. Okay, so pretty much in front of the tunnel, only in the area in front of the tunnel. Let me see if I have.
So coming from Flower heading towards the creek, it's only one way down towards the creek, and then you're diverted onto the parkway. You can't cross the bridge.
Yes, you can go. After Manchester is two-way. So from Flower to Manchester is one way only. Everything else is two ways.
Okay, and
but
for how long?
also I said only in front of the tunnel because also we're going to maintain two-way access to all the properties in the area. So there is an access to Manchester Place apartments that is being maintained, so that portion have two-way of traffic, but there is just not going to be through traffic in that area in front of the town on the eastbound.
Okay, and for how long do you expect?
From June 18th to August 25.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, next question from Webb Smedley. I was happy to see the progress on Bonifant Street with both tracks installed in the section between Fenton and Georgia. Is there any way substantial completion of this section can be expedited to help the businesses in this section? Webb, we have tried everything here. There were a lot of utility conflicts that we had to work through here. So we have really done everything in our power to get this work done as quickly as possible. Ricardo, Scott, and team have done an excellent job getting these flat works in, and our partners installing the rail. We're moving as quickly as possible here. So as Ricardo mentioned, we are getting ready to move to the south side. That will not take as long as we finish the flat works and the sidewalks over there. And that's going to be all new conditions for Bonifant there, which they have not seen in a long time. So we're almost there, and the business engagement team is, chatting with folks all the time over here. So we do try to keep in close touch with them. We maintain access at all times. It has been a tough go for them during this construction, but we are almost there. Any other questions? Does anybody want to raise their hand or put something else in chat? Okay. As we said before, this presentation will go up on purplelinemd.com tomorrow, and we will put all of the Q&A answers posted there as well. So, and if you have Catherine, can you go back to the contact page just so everybody can see it as we close out? Here's how you can reach us, the purplelinemd.com website, outreach@purplelinemd.com. You can email that with questions at any time. If you're a business, you can hit business@purplelinemd.com. You can also call us in English and Spanish on the hotline, and follow social media for updates and, fun stories. We love to hear from you guys. We know it's been frustrating and a long go at construction. We truly appreciate your patience, and we're excited to deliver this project to you. So thanks everybody for joining us tonight. We appreciate your time.